He surprised Cal. Did you know that 2 years ago, Calipari didn't want Trent Noah at Kentucky, then the team's coach, because he didn't fit the team's vision? Now, hypothetically, what if he had recruited the guy for the Hogs earlier? Or at least if Arkansas had brought him in, would the story be different? Would Arkansas have beaten Kentucky in the game? Let's reflect. But first, subscribe to the channel and keep receiving more news from Arkansas. College basketball has these ironies that no marketing department could script better. In Fayetteville, on a night that carried much more than just table value, Arkansas saw one of these stories materialize on the court. Even though the score favored Kentucky, the game left deep marks and inevitable reflections for the present and future of the Razorbacks under John Calipari's leadership. 2 years ago, when Calipari was still the top reference in Lexington, Trent Noah didn't fit what the coach envisioned as ideal for Kentucky. The assessment was cold, almost technical: profile, speed, competitive ceiling. Noah, a boy from rural Kentucky, seemed outside the mold Calipari had been searching for years. Fate, however, rearranged the pieces. Calipari changed addresses, taking over Arkansas with the clear mission of repositioning the program on the national stage, and Noah, now with Mark Pope, fulfilled his dream of wearing the Wildcats jersey. The reunion couldn't have been more symbolic. For Arkansas, the home defeat cannot be interpreted solely through the emotional lens of the former reject narrative. The game showed a competitive, intense Razorbacks team, capable of contesting every possession as if it were their last. And this, within the process that Calipari has been building, matters. It matters because Arkansas wasn't overwhelmed, wasn't passive, and didn't lose its composure, even when details started to tip in favor of the visiting team. Trent Noah, it's true, was one of those details. His 9 points and 7 rebounds don't stand out to those who only look at the cold statistics, but they weighed heavily within the context of the game. He was a nuisance in the paint, helped with defensive rotations, and fought for rebounds that don't usually appear in the final replay. And perhaps that's precisely where the story becomes more complex for Arkansas. Because it's not just about the player Calipari didn't want, but the type of player who defines big games today. Someone willing to do the invisible work. Even so, reducing the night to a personal score to settle would be unfair to what Arkansas presented. The Razorbacks showed identity, something that isn't always immediate when a coach of Calipari's stature takes on a new project. The team competed, responded physically, and kept the game open until the final moments. The atmosphere at Bud Walton was intense, and for much of the game, Arkansas showed clear signs that they could win. The play involving Trayvon Brazile and Noah, in the final seconds, was a portrait of collective frustration stemming from the feeling that the game was slipping through their fingers. The blatant foul doesn't define Brazile's performance, nor does it erase Arkansas's effort throughout the night, but it symbolizes how small margins decide matchups of this level. While Noah kept a cool head at the free throw line, Arkansas felt the weight of the moment. And it is precisely here that the broader and more positive interpretation for the Razorbacks comes in. Calipari didn't lose control of the locker room, didn't see his team crumble emotionally, nor did he present a team disconnected from his plan. On the contrary, Arkansas showed that they are close, that the path is real, and that specific adjustments in execution, game reading, and discipline in decisive moments can transform tough losses into memorable victories. The inevitable what if hangs in the air. What if Calipari had bet on Noah earlier? What if Arkansas had been the destination for this type of player from the beginning? Perhaps the story would be different, perhaps not. Sports don't thrive on retroactive certainties. They thrive on processes, decisions, and what is built from them. For Arkansas, the message is clear. The team is on the radar, competes at a high level, and already troubles traditional rivals. The loss to Kentucky hurts, especially at home, but it also offers an honest reflection of what still needs to be polished. Under John Calipari, the Razorbacks don't seem like a lost cause, but rather a program in accelerated transition, learning to win games decided by details. Basketball always demands these lessons. Some come in the form of trophies. Others, like this one, come in silent nights after the final whistle. What do you think? Leave your opinion and hit the subscribe button on the channel.